What's going on, YouTube? Congratulations, you made it. You found your way here. This is my new YouTube channel, The Logistical Bear Speaks, and I, of course, am the Logistical Bear. Just want to take a moment here, make a brief little intro, introduce you guys to the channel, give you a little bit about my personal background, my background in the transportation industry, and let you know what you can expect to get out of this channel. I'm a former U.S. Army military police officer. I have been a truck driver for a little over a decade now, and I am getting ready to move on, and I am starting a brokerage. I will be setting it up in the state of Alaska, in Anchorage. I currently live in the lower 48 in Las Vegas, Nevada, although I'm preparing to move up there early next year. Today is December the 10th. I'd expected to be up there at the end of this month, but with the latest round of COVID closures and everything, I've had to postpone and push it back a little bit. However, I have already started moving forward with establishing my brokership, and I do now have my authority. I applied just before Thanksgiving. My numbers were issued on November 27th. I took care of my UCR filing last week. This week I took care of posting the $75,000 trust. And I'm just waiting for the clock to run out so that the FMCSA will authorize or activate my authority. My DOT number is 3527860. My MC number is 1173367. My SCAC code, my CAC code is MPEA. The business name, which is already incorporated in the state of Alaska, and I do have the Alaska State Business License, and that is MP Enterprises, LLC. The address of the corporation is 5432 East Northern Lights Boulevard, Suite 552, Anchorage, Alaska, 99508. The company phone number is 907-313-8409. And the company fax number is 907-313-8408. Now, the phone number is forwarded to the cell phone that I'm recording on right now, so I will get all your calls. And the fax line, it's a e-fax type, it's an electronic fax type deal, which goes straight to my email. So any faxes that are sent over, I will receive. The official company website is mpenterprises.us. The general email is info@mpenterprises.us. For shippers, I have a specific email for shippers and shippers only, and that, of course, is shipper@mpenterprises.us. And for carriers, that's going to be carrier@mpenterprises.us. Please, guys, use the proper email addresses so I can keep you sorted and keep track of who's who and what's what. Now, I should have the carrier broker agreement online here, as well as the shipper broker agreement online for downloadable here in the next couple of days. The website, it's basically just a landing page for the time being, but it will be a fully functional website shortly. I am a member of TIA, the Transportation Intermediaries Association. I'm also a member of OOIDA, the Owner Operators Independent Drivers Association. And I'm working through DAT. I will be using the DAT load board and DAT load tracking. I do plan on factoring loads so I can get my carriers paid as quickly as possible. Now, if you go and run my numbers, my DOT or my MC number, if you run the DOT number, it shows under operating status, entity type broker, operating status not authorized. That shows I'm on the 10-day waiting period before they activate the authority. Like I said, my insurance, everything's taken care of. The UCR filing, the Block 3, everything needs to be done is done. If you look up by my MC number, give me 1 second to pull it up here. hate these captchas. Let's see, it shows broker authority status, none, application status pending, insurance required, bond, yes, insurance on file, yes. So that shows that I have my insurance and everything's active. My Bach 3 filing is through Truck Processors of America. My insurance, $75,000 trust through Pacific Financial Association, and that was effective, December the 8th, so just 2 days ago that went active. So a little background, a little bit more about myself. As I stated, I am a former military police officer of the U.S. Army. I've been in the transportation memory industry for a little over a decade now. I knew eventually I would be moving over to the brokerage side and would keep running it, stay in the industry that way. But I wasn't expecting to do that for another 10, 15 years. Unfortunately, the road has not been good to my health. I mean, I have some injuries from my time in the service that has only served to aggravate a little bit, and it's getting to the point now where I need to step aside. I mean, I've put on a few pounds, so it's time to move on. I'm going to hire a team at the end of the month to stick in my current truck and let them keep running, keep that truck working for me. It's leased on to a company called Western Flyer Express, based out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Great outfit to work for. If anybody's interested in becoming a team driver, shoot me a message over to info@mpenterprises.us. Even if you don't want to work for me, if you want some information on the company, they have the best lease-to-own program out there, in my personal opinion. You can go back to my main channel, Bears Mix. I'll leave a link to it in the description. I've got several videos on there about Western Flyer Express, breakdown by the numbers, give you real-world, actual working numbers of what's going on with this company as far as becoming a lease operator. Their payment program is excellent. Here I'm working in the drive-in division as an independent contractor, and I've worked in several lanes throughout the years. Started out in reefers. Well, let me back up a little bit before that. When I was 16 years old, I first got my driver's license. My first job was driving a tow truck. Then from there I went on. I did limousines for a little while, shuttle buses as well. So I have experience with all different types of vehicle transportation equipment. I've worked everything from a single car carrier all the way up to a 9-car carrier. I went into the Army for a while, came out, went to work for the Detroit Police Department when the city went bankrupt. I was one of the low men on the totem pole, so I ended up getting laid off. Upgraded my license from a Class C to a Class B. Got a straight truck. I was doing expedite freight coming out of Canada for the tri-state area, stuff going into Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana. After a little while doing that, I decided to go ahead, pull the trigger, went to school, got my Class A license, and I've been driving big trucks ever since. Cut my teeth on reefers as an over-the-road driver, so I've had several years' experience in over-the-road with pulling reefers. I always went the extra mile to make sure my loads got there on time and they were viable. I could actually rebuild a reefer unit on the side of the road if I had to, and I've done it once. Completely rebuilt the engine on the side of the road because it blew. I didn't want to lose the load. I didn't want it to spoil. Then I went over and I transitioned over. When my contract ended with that company, I went to another company, transitioned over to running flatbed, doing a lot of hazardous material loads, a lot of DLA and DOD loads. From there, I moved over and did flatbed skateboards for a while, step decks and straight decks, running a lot of over-dimensional, a lot of heavy haul, a lot of heavy equipment. Heaviest thing I've hauled would be an M1A1 Abrams tank. I've hauled a lot of military equipment, lot of oversized, overdimensional loads and freight, primarily steel, non-reducible steel. It's running a 48-foot trailer, pulling 12-foot wide plates, or 60-foot long non-reducible loads with like rebar and I-beams. I took a lot of loads back out to Las Vegas to the Raider Stadium. So yeah, a lot of that steel that was used to build that stadium, I delivered myself. Something I'm actually proud of. From there, I went over and I did the hotshot thing for a little while because I wanted to get the feel for that side of it. There I did a lot of DLA loads as well. Then for a while I did the Permian Oil Basin, pulling pneumatic tankers, hauling frac sand and cement. I also pulled tankers out there for a little while, both smooth bore and baffled, running crude oil and production water. Came back out and went back into doing dry vans and what I'm doing right now. I've pulled everything you can think of just about. I've operated in multiple different lanes, local, regional, and OTR nationally. I've driven through Canada. I've driven loads all the way up to Anchorage, Alaska. I've delivered quite a few mail trucks for the Canadian Postal Service up to Canada. Trucks that were ordered and built down in Mexico, picked them up at the Mexican border, and took them all the way straight up into Ontario, Ottawa, and British Columbia, up to the Canadian Post. So I've done quite a few international loads that way. I think I've done 2 loads going into Mexico, and that was a pain in the neck, but that's neither here nor there. Now, I've gotten into these different lanes, trying to get as much experience as I can with different types of equipment, because I knew eventually I'd be moving over and opening up a broker, and I knew that having as much information and much experience as I can get with multiple lanes would only serve to help me, help my customers, and help my carriers. Now, that being said, as I stated, my authority will become active. It's scheduled to go active on December the 18th. At that point, I can start brokering loads. I already have 1 shipper and 2 carriers on board in my business book, ready to go. But even though I'm not active yet, that doesn't mean I cannot start building up my business book, and that's what I'm trying to do now. So any shippers that are out there watching this right now, anybody who works for a shipping company, please reach out, shoot me a message over to shipper@mpenterprises.us, and include your list of requirements as well as a shipper broker agreement, or we can use mine. Let me know what lanes you run, what areas you ship out of. Now, I know some of you shippers, like Ashley Furniture, that's all I've hauled for the last 2 weeks, was a lot of stuff for Ashley Furniture, and I've picked up and just warehouse moves from one warehouse to another. So I know there's multiple locations for a lot of different places. So let me know what lanes and what areas you ship out of, and what type of equipment you're looking for, as well as what type of commodity you primarily deal in. That's one of the reasons I got as much experience in as many different lanes as I could, is so I could tell what I need and give me a better idea and understanding of what type of equipment my carriers will require when we're shipping various commodities. So yeah, let me know what type of equipment you're looking for, what type of rented lips, what type of commodities you're hauling for the most part, and I will do my best to match you up with the proper carrier, somebody with a good, strong safety rating, and let's get some freight moving for you guys. For my carriers, any carriers that are watching, owner-operators, independents, anything like that, looking for a knowledgeable broker, send me a message, please, to carrier@MP Enterprises, and I will get back to you as soon as I can with my carrier packet, with the instruction sheet, let you know what material I need back from you guys. Also, let me know what type of equipment you have. Are you reefer? Are you dry van? Flatbed? What type of skateboard are you running? Are you straight deck, drop deck, landau? Let me know. Also for the flatbed and the hotshot guys, let me know what your trailer size is, what your load capacity is, and what your load securement types are. Do you use just straps? Do you use just chains? Or you a combination? Let me know what size your straps are, 2, 4, or 6-inch straps. When it comes to your chains, let me know what you use for binders. Are they snap binders, or are you using ratchet binders? I personally prefer the ratchet binders. I find them to be a little bit safer. Yes, they're more work, but they are safer. I've even went to a couple places to pick up loads, and they would not let you load if you only had snap binders. They didn't want a snap binder on their load, period. Also, let me know about your tarps. Are you 4, 6, or 8 foot drops on your tarps? When it comes to tarping, I'm going to do my best to get you guys a minimum of a $100 tarp fee. And in the winter months, from like November 1st to March 1st, I'm going to push for at least a $25 premium, because I know how much of a pain in the neck it is to roll tarps in the winter times, especially when they're frozen. You got a greater risk to injury to yourself, and you also get a greater risk of damaging the tarps when they're frozen. And those repairs can be a little bit costly, so I'm going to try and get you guys a little bit more, a little premium on that in the winter months. I mean, I can't guarantee you'll be able to get these rates on every load, but that's what I'm going to push for you guys. When it comes to my reefer drivers, let me know what commodities you will not haul. There's certain things you don't even have to mention that I will not put on your trucks. Those are hazardous material loads, any recycling loads. I'm talking cardboard, paper, plastic, recycled tires, even new car tires. I know from experience working reefer for a few years just how hard it is to clean and decontaminate a trailer after those loads. And obviously hazmat loads will not be going on reefer trucks, because once you put a hazmat load on a reefer truck, it's no longer food grade. No matter how smooth the load went, you can never put another food load on a truck that's whole hazmat materials. Now and I won't give you guys hanging meat. I won't do hanging meat. I don't want to do anything that's going to risk damaging your guys' equipment. I was out at a cold storage facility out in Missouri a few years back. I had a truck pull up in front of me. Guy gets out, opens up his door. It was hanging meat. He was backing in, did a little bit of a serpentine move, and I just got that meat swaying enough that it collapsed his trailer. I'm going to admit, I laughed at it. I thought it was hilarious, but then I got thinking about it, and I felt bad for the guy. I just got talking to him. He was an old timer. He's been hauling for over 30 years, and he owned that trailer outright. He just purchased it a year previous, and now he's out all that money with that trailer. Is a total loss. His load, total loss. I felt bad for the guy. And it does happen more often than you would think. So once you open up those back doors, the trailer loses almost all of its stability. So I'm not going to give you guys anything that can damage your equipment. I'm also looking for expedite drivers, straight trucks, city vans, expedite type or courier type vans. I'll take everybody. Just let me know what your equipment is, let me know what your capacities are, and I'll work with you, and I'll work with our shippers, get everybody matched up with the proper loads and the proper equipment and do everything I can for a smooth transaction. I am looking into EBOLs and EPODs. Just trying to, I know supposedly there's 160,000 plus shippers throughout the country that use this system through TransFlow. In fact, I'll be talking to TransFlow about it on Monday. The way the system works is you get the TransFlow app, you get to the shipper, you send the message on there, okay, I'm here, here's my load information. They'll send you a message back, okay, go to this door. You pull up to the door. When it's over, they will send you a message to your phone with the BOLs. You review it, sign it, it gets sent back to them. Then they turn around and you're good to go. You just leave, close your doors, seal it up, lock it up, and go. So I'm going to require everybody, all loads except on flatbeds and hot shots will require seals and padlocks. This is for your insurance and your safety as well as mine and the load. It will require padlocks and seals. If the shipper doesn't provide a seal, you will be needed to provide your own seals and make sure that noted on the bill of ladings. Then when you get to the receiver, You pull in, you send a message on the phone, okay, I'm here, here's the BOL. They'll turn around, they'll tell you, okay, go to this door. You just open up, pull up to the door. Once they're unloading, they'll send you your pod, your proof of delivery, your signed BOL back. You check it, and you're good to go. Pull up, close your doors, and head on down the road to your next load. There are things that will require all bills of lading. You must write on there shipper load and count, or SLC, the initials right next to your name. And when you get to the receiver, they must be marked, sealed, intact, and signed by the receiver. That's something that's just a little added extra protection for both of us. When it comes to the safety and security of my carriers, their equipment, and their loads, their commodities, there are certain areas I will not dispatch a driver to. Any area with prolonged ongoing civil unrest, like Portland, Oregon, or Seattle, Washington. These are cities that are blacklisted. There's one city on the list, I can't believe it's on the list. Austin, Texas, they just defunded the police department. So any of the 20 or so cities out there that have defunded the police departments are no-go zones, no dispatch zones. I will not send a truck in there to pick up or deliver. When it comes to the state of California in its entirety, nothing in or out of California as far as I'm concerned. Too many places out there are defunding police departments, too many drivers are being injured out there, and drivers are being unfairly targeted with heavy fines and penalties, even when there's nothing wrong with their trucks. It's wasting time, it's wasting resources, it's costing drivers a lot of money. I will not dispatch anybody to those areas. New York City and Chicago, Illinois are another areas I will not send somebody. Now keep in mind, now say you're out in Reading, Pennsylvania. Hey Bear, I just dropped over here in Reading. Do you have anything going to Compton, California, or Ontario, California, or that general area? I'd like to get home for a couple of days. Sure, no problem. I will do my best to find you a load going there. I'm not going to stop you guys or get you guys' way of going home. I know just how important home time and family time can be. And I'll tell you straight up, hey, look, I don't normally book loads to this area, but I'll do what I can to help you out. How long do you plan on staying home? Would you like me to find you a load out so you can get back running right away as soon as you're ready to roll again? And a lot of times you guys are going to say yes. Don't sit there and shake your head. You know you're going to say yes. So yeah, I guess that's where we stand right now. Like I said, I just wanted to put a little bit of information out there about the new company and start getting you guys into my business book and to let you know what you can expect from this channel. This channel is going to be dedicated solely to transportation and brokering. And again, the company information is MP Enterprises, LLC, 5432 East Northern Lights Boulevard, Suite 552, Anchorage, Alaska, 99508. The phone number is 907-313-8409. The fax number is 907-313-8408. The general email is info@mpenterprises.us. The shipper-only email address is shipper@mpenterprises.us, and the carrier-only email address is carrier@mpenterprises.us. The website is obviously mpenterprises.us. That's mpenterprises.us. My US DOT number is 352-7860. My MC number is 117-3367, and my SCAT code is MPEA. Alright guys, I think I'm going to clip it there. I really look forward to working with everybody out there in the industry. Leave any messages, comments, or questions you have in the comments below, or shoot me an email to info@mpenterprises.us, and I will get your questions answered as quickly as I can. Alright guys, as always, keep it between the lines, keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down, and go Army, beat Navy.